Good morning. Greg Newhouse coming to you from Jacksonville Beach, Florida, headed into Jacksonville University. A buddy asked me about making decisions and then reflection on them. Wanted to share it with some students he had. And it's a tough one for me when he said decisions, he said right decisions. And I go, right or wrong? I think therein lies the challenge. Because all decisions are good decisions if you do reflect on them, like he's asking people to do. But the challenge is your reflections could provide you with experience for future events. Not that you want to dwell in your mind, you want to make it like Yogi says, Yogi Berra. When you get to the fork in the road, take it. Any decision's a right decision if the path leads you to your goal, if it's a step to your goal. Some are better than others. Some are more arduous than others. What makes it right or wrong, I believe, is just that. Is it getting you to your goal, to your objective? So that's the determination of right or wrong. Because the term right or wrong it's thrown around in society. It's more of a judgment call on other things outside of you. People making them. That's right, that's wrong. It's a moralistic issue. I think we got to get out of that because we're all in this together. And if everybody's trying, that's right. But we're heading in the right direction because, like I said, we're all in this together. We're all in one biosphere, you might say. We're all energy forms floating around in this universe. So anyways, an example of right or wrong. Let's say I'm a hiker, or you're a hiker. You're the student, and you're a proficient backpacker. You just love it. And there's just one peak you really like scaling because it's a challenge. And when you get there, the view's breathtaking. It's rewarding. It's one of those things when you get out in nature and you get rid of all thought. It's a pretty good experience. I suggest you go out and try it. Anyways, but there's two paths to it. One's more arduous than the other. You know, it includes more physical fitness, maybe more balance, etc. So you got to make a choice on a particular day. Which way are you going to go? Well, what's your energy level? What's your intention? You got a time schedule. But you don't really know how to throw those all in there because you can get there and you know innately what you want to do when you're on your own. So you should be able to make that decision from your heart. Now, but let's say you're going out and you're taking a buddy because you wanted him to experience, a mate, the mountain, the view, the energy. You get to the fork in the road. Now what do? You reflect on your challenges. You reflect on what your buddy is capable of doing. Because like I said, the one, they'll both get you there. But the one, you might be going over ravines or walking across logs with water rushing in or having to scale a little bunch of rocks. Not necessarily rock climbing, but something where it takes balance and a little bit of strength. So you got to take that in consideration. Otherwise, you don't reach your goal, which is to get him there and experience with you the exhilaration, the beauty. Because both of them have beauty. Any day, there's beauty in everything you do, every decision you make, every choice you make. Even if you took them on a hard one, there's going to be beauty and there's going to be a lesson. So as you take that in consideration. Well, the same thing goes for you as a student in a classroom. There's you. If you're alone, you want to study this. Let's say you're proficient at a subject. The teacher's teaching, you want more. Well, if you're one-on-one tutoring, hey, I got to have this. Well, what if it's a class and there's 5 or 6 individuals that they need tutelage too, and you're just biting at the bit to learn the subject matter because you're just really into it? What do? You think of the whole. You think of the team. Like I said, we're all in this together. Because that teacher's got a job to do too. And a teacher's satisfaction is moving people towards their goals and dreams, but he's got the team to worry about. Everybody's involved. You and the other students. So he's got to move the team along. So that's where you got a choice. What do? Because if you do what you're asked to do, sit there, listen, and just achieve what is demanded of you, you'll still get towards your goals, your long-range goals for being in the class. You got to fulfill a requirement. Plus, you're learning. You want to learn more. You got me? So that's the team part. That's where, hey, when you're worried about everybody, or about just yourself, I should say, instead of everybody else, that's when it becomes a right or wrong in my mind, because we're all in this together. That's what I base it on. That's the only reason I say right or wrong. I'm not judging anybody here. But we're in this world together. So anytime you can do something that provides the teacher in that situation what they need or want, you'll be of value to the teacher. You're moving the world into a better space. You're planting good energy. You plant good, you'll reap good. Trust me, it'll come back to you. You've all studied the Bible or heard the concept, hey, if you plant corn, you'll reap corn. But you can't plant negative and get positive. It just won't happen. It's the laws of nature. So anyways, well, let me take it on a different level. Let's talk about team, a true team. I coach in Canadian Football League, and one year I had a guy who was he is a dynamic player. He still is in my mind. It's like he's there now. But once I got to know him and know his skills, it came to the point where he could make decisions on the field at the moment that were right decisions through his experience. He could. So when we got into base defenses, I gave him basically the green light. Let's say, for instance, his responsibility on that play was to take an inside move on a particular blocker or to a particular player, for you people who don't know about American football. But he had a sense, he had an awareness, a feel that it was an outside play. I said, you got the right to take that. You take it and the guy behind you will adjust. And the only reason is everybody was able to give consistent effort, and we played with chemistry. We knew and trusted each other. Everybody in the class was on the same page. So that person was able to adjust off him because he knew, the guy behind him knew that if you went there, my job is taken care of. I'm supposed to be there. Boom, I'll go there. It's just trust, okay? Well, we became a more dynamic defense, and I always felt that if I could empower the players to make decisions, in other words, treat the player like they're the coach, and they'll rise to understanding like I do. It's just like on the college player, I wanted to treat them like they're a professional player. Always thinking about taking them to the next level. Well, I think teachers think the same way. They want the best for you, but they got to be concerned with the whole team first. So just understand that. Your choices have consequences, and you're a great decision maker, no matter if you want to believe it or not, because any decision, if you make a decision, it can be a positive. It's just that when you reflect on the decision and you learn from it, if it wasn't totally positive, you gain experience. So then you're able to make a better decision later down the road. But always, the right or wrong is in that little bit of gray area, because society will tell you right, and you feel, oh man, but I feel this. That doesn't mean you're wrong. But until you're given the green light, if you're part of the team, it's best that you be part of the team. Now, here's what I'm going to say, an example. You got that feeling. If the Wright brothers believed everything that everybody said, we would have never put a man on the moon. You guys know where the Wright brothers are, yeah? Flight, planes, boom. Because people thought they're crazy. You could fly. If it wasn't for them. So were they right or wrong? Well, at first, you couldn't. But in their mind, they knew there was something there. Something in your heart's telling you that. So that's the reflection part. With the experience, you'll gain awareness that there's more. And if you can see more, there can be more. But there is an opportune time. The thing that makes a decision right or wrong is always in relationship to who you're interacting with. And when you think about it, you get your greatest satisfaction when you're interacting with other energy forms. That's what we're all about. We're all in this together. You do something good, you want to share it with somebody. You want them to know. Well, what if you experience it with somebody? It's even better. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So learn to work that teamwork. Learn to work for the total good of humanity. So, decisions, the right or wrong, and the reflection on those decisions will empower you to help move society forward, but also help move your team forward. Make the right decisions for your team, for your class, because you're making it for you. You'll still get your goals. You'll still get the prerequisite. Trust me. The world wasn't made in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day. That's how they say it. I got to get off this next off-ramp, so I want to say happy Friday to you, and I hope you're going to have a super weekend. If you believe in such things. Weekends. How does the weekend? Perception. Happy Friday.